Okay, we're going to create a new action script 3.0, and we want to change the properties to 1280 by 720. We want that to be 12 frames per second. Autosave every 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to fit that in my window. I'm going to File, Save. I'm going to save this one as 12 tutorial. With my initials. Okay. Now the first thing we want to do is we want to have 4 layers. So the top layer will be ease, stretch, anticipate, run. Now these are some ease, stretch, anticipate. These come from some of the principles of animation that were mentioned by Ollie, Johnston and Frank Thomas in their book, and I have a link to that on ACES. You can look that up. Okay, ease. We want to choose the text tool. So let's Command S and then choose the text tool. And for the properties for the text tool, we want to make sure that we have Helvetica, classic text, static text, bold, size 90. Make sure that the paragraph is going to be aligned to the left. And make sure that you have black for the color. Okay, so here on ease, we're going to type the title of that layer, E-A-S-E. We're going to lock that, go to stretch, S-T-R-E-T-C-H. Lock that, go to anticipate, A-N-T-I-C-I-P-A-T-E. Lock that and go to run. R-U-N. Okay. Let's Command S. I'm going to unlock all the layers, and then I'm going to select all of them using the Align palette. I'm going to distribute them evenly, and then I'm going to align them to the left edge. Once they're aligned to the left edge, in the info, in the X value, you can put in 90. Enter. And there they are. Okay, lock all of the layers except for ease. Now you can use tweening on text. Make sure that you're using classic text and that you are using one of the fonts that I told you are the most often included on everybody's system. Otherwise, you may have a problem with download time and with the ability of the viewer to see what you have in your animation. Okay, let's Command S. And now you can click on the top layer, frame 24, shift click on the bottom layer, frame 24, and press F5 to create a range of frames on all of the layers. Now you want to click on frame 24 of the layer Run, and then come up to frame 1 of layer Ease and hold down Shift and click. And then right click on frame 24 and you can create Motion Tween. It will create a Motion Tween for all of the layers. Okay, now for each layer, you want to select each layer and click on frame 24 of each layer, and using Align, you want to align the right edge. And now Command S. And if you Command Return, they all move across. Depending on the length of the word, that's how fast they're moving. It depends on how long they are. Okay, now let's go back to frame 1. Let's lock all of the layers. And let's unlock frame 1 of ease. So on ease, okay, come down to ease and you want to select frame 12 in the middle of ease. You don't want to select the whole layer because it won't let you do what you need to do. But when you have frame 12 selected as a single frame, you can tell because there's a darker blue line right on that frame. Then right click on it and come down to the bottom of the menu. You can see it says Split Motion. And that inserts a split. So now this goes to here and then to here. Now you can select this part of the tween and you can tell it that you want it to ease in. And then you can select this part of the tween and you can tell it you want it to ease out. And if you save that, Command S, Command Return, you see it speeds up and then slows down. So you get a much more natural looking motion. Okay, so let's lock ease. Let's go to stretch. Now stretch. Select the free transform tool. And that's Q if you don't have it. And with the free transform tool on frame 1, you want to take the white dot that shows you where it is going to transform from. You want to drag that down to the bottom corner. There you go. So it's the bottom left-hand corner. And now you want to take stretch and go to frame 12 and pull to stretch it out. And then pull the top handle down to flatten it a bit. Go to frame 20. Change the align transform values. Align transform. And you want X to be 75 and Y to be 125. Make sure the proportions are not locked. And you want to shift drag the word on the stage until it lines up with the other words. So with anticipate, I think would be good. Go to frame 22 and change the align transform values so that X is now 125 and Y is now 75. And once again, shift drag so that the right hand edge lines up with the other words. And then go to frame 24 and make sure that the values are 100% for both X and Y. And make sure that it's lined up with the other words. Now Command Save and Command Return that, and you can see it stretches out and bounces back together. Okay, so Command S, lock that, and go to Anticipate. Go to Frame 1 and Anticipate. Now on Anticipate, we want to select the Free Transform tool. Want to select Anticipate on Frame 1. Once again, move that transformation point so that it's down at the lower left-hand corner. Click on Frame 3 of your timeline. And now you want to move it using the nudge. So hold on Shift and nudge with your arrow so it's back behind where it started just a little bit. And then you want to make it skew backward just a slight bit. On Frame 5, you want to take your Transform tool and you want to skew the top of the edge forward. On Frame 20, use Align Transform to set your X and Y, and set X to 120, Y to 80, and the skew, you want to set it back to 40. On Frame 22, get the Align Transform and set the X to 120, the Y to 80, and the skew to -20, but if it doesn't look like it's actually going to go back, you can just do it a little bit manually till it starts to have a tilt. Because these are just sort of numbers that I pulled out. And then on Frame 24, you want everything to be set back to no skew and 100% for both X and Y. Okay, Command S and Command Return for that. So that's some of the things you can do with text. Now, what I want you to do with the word run is just do some experimenting with some of these different things we did and see if you can make it look like the word run is actually running. And you could use anything you want to for that. It's just play with it. And that's the tutorial number 12. Make sure you've got it saved. And that's it.